All right, so we've been working on our logos. Hopefully, you guys have gotten them Illustrator. I know a couple people sent those over, and again, like I said, I had some email issues, but I think we've got everything back up. So I will be sending you replies if you've sent something in the last week or so. Um, if you haven't, hopefully your sketches are at a point where you can start to put those into Illustrator. And if you have questions about that, let me know. So what we're going to be doing is next we're going to be finalizing those looks on your logo, but also going to be adding them to some business cards. So we're going to be utilizing logos on business cards, and we're going to go through some specifications on business cards. So today I'm just going to kind of give you a brief overview on some business card stuff. I'm working on a formal presentation. We'll do that on Thursday on business cards and some of the parameters and things you should keep in mind as you're designing, and size specs and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just going to kind of give you some ideas of what we see out there. So hold this up here. This is what we see as a business card, right? It's got information, it's got the context that it needs, and in this case there's something on the reverse side with a little logo and such. But overall, it does its job. Its job is to communicate the information and let me have their phone number and email. But graphically, from a design standpoint, is it like rocking my world? Probably not. Okay, so what we want to do is try to kind of balance out between the practical of giving the information out that we need to do, and then also being able to convey the information about the company and what they are and their qualities. And usually that's done through visuals. So here's an example of, this is from Harper's Ferry. And you can see they have a nice logo there, pretty nicely done, pretty dominant. It's taking over half of the cart. The other half is their contact information. And then on the back, we have the exact information about it. So the first said their name and their title. And then we have here on this other side where we have the content. Let me turn on my background here. It's getting funky. Preferences. Okay, so we're back to reality here. And you can see where here we have the contact information of the address and the phone number and such. And then we have here, they have Twitter and Facebook and such. So those are kind of things that we're starting to see on business cards today. So it's not just name and address and such. Today's world, we're typically into definitely the phone number, looking at their email address. And then we're also starting to really push the social media, because that's where we are. Here's another one here I want to quickly show you. We've got the contact of the company. We've got the person and their title. And then down here, we start to see the social media and where they are. So again, in this new world, we're really starting to think about what information do we need to convey on the business card. And many times, the actual address itself might be secondary. It's really about, typically at this point, the phone number, the email address, and a lot of the social media that we're getting in here. And we do have the address down here at the bottom. And you see it's almost at the bottom. So that's really kind of the last thing you're going to see. And really, from a hierarchy standpoint, becomes probably the least important of all the information. This card also has a nice little logo on the back with a little tagline and such. So we'll go through some additional business cards on Thursday, and we're going to go through elements and some of the sizing parameters. How big do we need to make this text? What is, the titling or the company information, company name? How big should that be? Relationships to your name or the owner's name, and then their titles and their contact information. So we're going to go through these kind of ideas of, and I'm going to give you rough parameters. Again, these are rough guidelines. They will change based upon obviously the typeface you're using. But there's kind of, if you're going to do this at like 72 points, obviously way too big. So there are parameters that we're going to get into, and I will share those with you in a little presentation that we have on Thursday. But that's where we're going to be leading to next with our logos. We're going to be actually applying those logos to business cards. And we're going to have some other items that we'll apply those to. And I'll give you some template files that you can use to mock them up. So much like we did with the record albums, I'll give you a file that you can drop your information on and then utilize that for kind of a mock-up of how your business card will look. So that's where we're going to be going with this. So at this point, it's really about kind of getting those logos tweaked and finalized. So what I'd like to have for Thursday is send me over between now and Thursday, send me over whatever you have done in Illustrator with your logos. So keep working on those, get those to a point where you're okay to send me the roughs. And then I will, comment on those and get back to you on those, on what's working, what may be adjusted. And then we're going to ultimately start applying these to business cards and some other ways of utilizing the logos to help brand out your company. Okay, so work on the logos. Let's get those into a format with Illustrator. Send those to me as a PDF is perfectly fine. And then I can, go through those and take a look at those, and then we'll start to finesse those and tweak those out and start applying them to things such as a business card. Nicely done. You want to show it to them?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope.
Here.
All right, can I show it to them?
Daddy.
I'm asking. Give me a show. Up or no? Thumbs up, thumb down. All right, no thumb down. Okay, no problem. I don't show.
That is sideways.
All right, I won't show it to them. All right, so that's where we are. Hopefully you guys have had a good break, relaxed a little bit. Again, we're going to be, keeping it kind of chill here over the next few weeks. We're obviously a little bit over halfway done. And hopefully your Illustrator skills are getting better with practice. Again, I know we're working on logos, but, try something else. Take another drawing. Take another kind of idea that you want to do and add that to your files. Or start working up Illustrator. We're going to probably do some Illustrator drawings. No, I don't. I can't have a background right now.
Why?
Because I was showing things. Please, let me finish.
Now can you have background?
So we're going to be, again, utilizing more of Illustrator. We'll be doing some things, probably one little final project with the Illustrator and Photoshop. There you go. Got a background.
Can I choose a background?
Baby, I'm finishing up here. I'm almost done.
Please show the background?
Pick what you want, real quick. Hurry up, so I can finish. All right.
How about that?
All right. All right. So finishing up our logos, getting those done in Illustrator. Send me over those files. And like I said, if you sent me an email in the since the last class or the last week or so, I'll get those back to you soon. Like I said, I was having some issues, but I think we're back up to speed at this point. All right. Questions? Anybody want a question? Have a question? Everybody doing okay?
Yeah.
Yes? All right. Questions about where we're going at this point? Wait a second. Let me find a chat here. When will the logo be due? We're going to try to have it. We're going to try to have the logo part done next week, but we're going to be adding to the logo with a business card and a couple other items. So in reality, it's going to be another two weeks, maybe 3. I'm going to look at the final weeks that we have left to figure that out. So don't rush or kill yourself over that right now. But, we want to keep working on it. And again, I want to have you send me your roughs of your logo. So wherever you are with your logo, make sure I'm getting that in the next, day or so before Thursday, so I can take a look at those. All right, so that's next. And then, like I said, we're going to be applying the logos to that. I'm struggling. I'm going to add a rainbow gradient. All right, so let me get some. Let me just make a note here of that rainbow, some gradients. Crystal, send me your file, and I'll take a look at that and see how we can do that, and then we'll see about whether it's something I can just kind of email you about, or I need to do a little one-on-one Zoom or something like that. No, we are going to have one more project this semester. So we're going to finish up the logo. We're going to apply it to business cards and probably one other item. And then we'll have one more quick project, which will be kind of Photoshop, Illustrator combined. to work on. So we will get things done this semester, but again, we're not going to be killing everybody at this point. Basically, we're making sure you're up to speed on both of these projects or programs, and then we will take it from there. All right, other questions? Any other questions coming in? All right. All right, so I will get this today's recording put up, and I will again look for a presentation on business cards. I will get that done